That's fantastic. How are you?
Okay, no problem. Sorry, earlier I was a little late maybe, and then we had some audio trouble. So, with
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of a challenge because I've got a hard stop at 5. So we got 12 minutes to really do a really big job here
Okay.
of taking the pitch and seeing what we can do. So go ahead, tell me what you're up to, man.
Absolutely. Sure. Thank you. So I'm a designer. I started making leather journals years ago in Argentina, and I've really fallen in love with how we spread a message with items. So that started with journals in Argentina. I've hand sewn over 5,000 journals. I once had a dream, and I was, making these things and wondered how to produce them. Right. So over my entrepreneurial journey, I've realized there's certain things that I could probably scale with less capital, and other ones I might need a lot of capital. So the suit business fell into my lap because I had a mentor in Portugal, and he taught me all about custom clothing, and I really fell in love with suits. And so here I am in Chicago trying to go full time in my business. And last July, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I've been working real hard on finding the right suppliers, and just really, I found this fantastic supplier. So I actually work with the same suit supplier as Trunk Club, and what I've noticed in the market with all my customers is that guys are short on time, and the women a lot of times want to be, to pick out the fabrics. What I've also realized is that a lot of clothing boutiques in Chicago, for example, they're very old world in the way that they're doing business. So they have, this whole sales process. You come in there, or they come to you, and you're kind of limited to, what they're selling you. I've realized that there's certain websites, like there's blacklapel.com and a couple others that do a good job of helping you to customize things, but they're still missing the high-end market. And our brand is focused on the guys that are, more geared towards the high-end market. BigMurphys is the brand name. It started out as a custom briefcases brand and has evolved into suits. So what I'm doing right now is I've had a few mentors in this space. One guy works for a company called Tom James, and that's one of the leading
I bought suits from Tom James. I know them very well. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so and they're great, but they're still doing that kind of older kind of style where they come to you. There's not much stuff where you could see it preliminarily, like online. And so the sales process, as you maybe noticed, it happened when they showed up, right? They showed you some stuff, and then they return, right? Well, the continuity. So one thing that happens there's a lot of sales pressure. I've talked with different guys that bought suits from me and said they really enjoyed working with me because there was less sales pressure. They saw things preemptively before online. We were able to send them mock-ups, through our draping technology. So we're currently the only suit company that has over 500 suits online. That's a boutique suit company. And so I've realized that the one thing we really need to do right now to kind of be more of a cutting edge suit brand is kind of tie the hybrid of the Trunk Club with the hybrid model of the Tom James. But we're not going to send you a trunk of clothes. We're going to, give you a way to have a consultant that works with you either online. So you could be anywhere in the country. So, I would like to, basically what I'm saying is that we build a hybrid of a consultant that comes to you, or you work with us online. And we do that through kind of developing more of this customization of the suit process, which I already have a quote from a developer. So that's the next step to making those 500 suits that we have in inventory much more accessible and much more customizable.
Right.
And I've had some real pitfalls. I started this. I've got about $60,000 in total sales. I did about 25,000 in March, and I only did that in like 4 days. So I'm really starting to learn the suit business much better. And I've got a really great team with I have some really great marketers. I have another sales assistant who is a real processes person. He does high level tech stuff. And I've got this mentor who works for Tom James, and he's been, helping me to be a great sounding board for everything.
Yeah.
So, before I kind of have an ask for you or anything, I would love to develop, a strategic partnership with you. And this whole opportunity to talk with you really kind of came just sprung on me, and I really wanted to make sure that I have a business plan that I could send you a better developed pitch deck so you could see a little bit more of an illustration of what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
Before I were to say, hey, Kevin, I really would need X amount of capital, because I'm not certain on the figure right now.
Yeah.
Um,
So like, let me just ask this. I've seen like Suit Supply and a few others that are out there. Is Suit Supply a competitor, would you say? Are they doing a good job?
They do a good job. They cater to the guys that want to spend, about $500 on a two-piece suit. They also have those higher end lines. But the way that I've already designed BigMurphys.com and our suit brand is according to the different fabric houses. So guys that have heard of like Xenia Fabrics, guys that have heard of, Dorme or Vitale Barberis, they can go on our website and click on those fabric mills and then see all the suits that we have in those fabrics.
Gotcha.
So we're kind of, we're not just giving them a general bunch of different suits online that, are priced between 300 and 700 or 1,000. We're really breaking it down for them and showing them, hey, here's the fabric houses that you've heard of and you've seen probably around walking on Michigan Avenue, right? We carry all these fabrics and we're going to customize them exactly as you need. And by the way, you probably have had a suit before made that didn't fit you properly. We have this process in place to make it a lot more correctly, the first time.
Good.
So
there were a couple things. Number one, I thought that your website needed some work. I did go to your site, and because it's like I tell you, I bought. If I told you how much money I've spent on clothes, it would blow you away. Okay.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's seven figures. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I have one tailor, that he's a big hitter, out in the West Coast. I spent over $250,000 with him at one point. Yeah. He does a lot of the TV shows and stuff out on the West Coast. And so I understand the process big time.
Yeah.
And I also have seen the mistakes. So I'm definitely an expert. So, I come at it from the standpoint of not just, someone on TV, the Shark or whatever on TV. Right. I'm a consumer in a big way. And part of that is I need, I believe as an influencer, I got to look different. I hate it when I come to an event and say, oh, you got the same suit on you're wearing that's in the picture promoting the event. It's like, hey, right. I got to have new stuff, right? But yes. The point is, like, I love, there's a Tom Ford look with the peak lapels, and it's not a double-breasted. I didn't see that anywhere on your site. So now there was one guy that had this little bit of a peak, it looked like, but it's, so you need to have some of the trendy stuff and also maybe some pictures of some people wearing some cool suits and like, hey, look like this for a lot less, So I think your website could use some help. I think that didn't the guy that started Men's Warehouse start a custom business also? Are you familiar with that guy? The guy?
I'm not. No, I'm not familiar with his story. To answer your question, by the way, all the guys on the website, those are all draped suits. So we have a draping technology where we can click fabric. So any suit book that we have, we can immediately put it up there on the website. So we have, a virtual assistant updating that all the time, putting up more and more suits. So it's a very quick, low investment process to get those suits on the website.
Okay.
Peak lapel is no problem. We just choose that we're going to have it styled in this. Say, for instance, this suit has satin here, and peak here. So it's a matter of, making. We have a great marketer that I would love to hire. That's the next step. And he's going to really spruce up our website. I'm aware of what you're saying, and I'll make note of all those things.
Okay, good. So that's, we're probably, I'd love to hear the marketing, because my biggest question for you is, what does it cost to acquire a new customer? Do you have any idea yet? Have you done any marketing online yet?
Right. I haven't done marketing online, but we're starting this week. He's going to start running ads daily, and I'll be able to start getting a better idea of what that cost is.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to suggest because of our short time. I'm very interested in what you're doing because I'm a businessman. I'm a shark. I buy a lot of clothes. I could be a very big, good influencer in this world. You mentioned Donald Trump. Well, how about, hey, you ever see those guys on Shark Tank? Here's what they wear. This is how they are. Me specifically, I can't talk about. I know that Robert Herjavec has a deal with Tom Ford to get a lot of beautiful clothes, right?
Right.
And so the bottom line, though, is that you're going to be running some digital marketing. I need to talk to you a week from now to find out how it did. And then I could also put myself in an ad and see if we can lower the cost, because that's what I think would happen. Dress like a shark, look, shop like a shark, but shop on a budget that's not the shark's budget, right? We gotta deliver these folks the suit that looks like a $2,000-3,000 suit. I mean, I buy Xenia also. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's generally I spent $3,000 on a suit from Xenia. They're expensive. You can buy a sport coat there for about $1,600 to $2,500. But it's those fabrics are great. So that's the kind of stuff I need to see. And I'm going to say you and I need to talk in about a week after you get some of this digital marketing going. I've got an office in Chicago, so I can have some people there talk to you also. We can help you with a lot of different stuff. One last thing. BigMurphys has an image of big and tall. Have you ever had, I did see Greg Reed on your website, by the way. Greg's a buddy of mine. I love Greg. Cool. So did you make stuff? You make stuff for Greg, obviously.
Yes. The name BigMurphys came from my great-grandfather. He was a defense attorney in the 20s and 30s, and he was known for doing everything in a big way, like big jobs and important posts. He had this old article. So that's where I came up with the name. But make no small plans is our brand phrase for they have no magic to stir one's blood. It's the phrase of Daniel Burnham, who is the city planner of city of Chicago. So that's how we came up with that whole branding philosophy. And the cigar face guy is my great-grandfather.
Okay.
So that's
I like the old image. It's good branding. The only thing I would say, Big Murphy makes, no matter what size you are, Big Murphy gets that big job done or something, right? Because I just think that it'd be good to. I don't want people to think it's a big and tall only deal. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Okay, buddy. I got to run. It's 5:01.
You got it. Thank you so much
give
for
you
your
a couple
time
thumbs up. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon. And we'll be there in Chicago to help support you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, man. Take care. See you. Bye.
Bye.